Tonight, hundreds of families are grappling with unspeakable loss after this high-rise inferno in the Bronx. It is the deadliest fire in New York City in 30 years. The fire started in a duplex apartment on the second and third floors of the 19-story building. You can see those flames shooting out of the window there. The entire building from ground floor to roof filled with heavy smoke, an unusual sight even for firefighters. And those firefighters found victims on every floor of that building, on stairwells, all overcome by smoke. 200 firefighters battling the flames. They got there 3 minutes after that call came in. An exhausting firefight. Their faces, you can see, covered in ash and soot. And you can also see the fear and desperation some residents face there. Rows of windows smashed on the second and third floors as people pleaded for help, waving towels and sheets. Our reporters are covering every angle of this tragedy, and we start with News 4's Marc Santia. He is live at the apartment building in the Fordham Heights section of the Bronx. This is on 181st Street. And Marc, you just learned what may have started this fire.
Yeah, Gilma, just moments ago, the FDNY saying they believe a malfunctioning space heater that was inside an apartment bedroom is to blame. Within seconds, thick smoke filled all 19 floors of this building, taking the lives of 10 adults and 9 children. A race to save lives. New York's bravest performing CPR in the middle of 181st Street near Valentine. Dozens of Bronx residents found unresponsive in the hallways, in desperate need of medical help after smoke enveloped this building.
I noticed smoke coming inside the door, black smoke, and then I just heard people screaming, help, help, help.
Many of those voices, the voices of children.
There was a lot of kids crying, help, help, help. I can't describe that. I can't.
The FDNY saying they found victims on every single floor of this building overcome by smoke and in cardiac and respiratory arrest. Commissioner Dan Nigro saying an open door helped fuel the dangerous conditions.
The door to that apartment was left open, causing the fire to spread and the smoke to spread, which is always a problem for us. And as we see here, by the broken windows throughout the building, this fire took its toll on our city.
And the toll on these residents, indescribable.
Kids, mothers. Oh, Lord, it's too much.
The FDNY says smoke detectors inside the building were working. A neighbor heard those alarms and called 911. They also tell us the heat inside this building was working, but they believe that the residents were trying to supplement the heat by using a space heater. Commissioner Nigro saying that space heater was malfunctioning, and that is what's believed to have caused this fire and also caused the deaths of 19 people and the hospitalizations of several more. We're live tonight in the Fordham Heights section of the Bronx. Marc Santia, News 4 New York.
Marc, you can just hear the pain in those survivors' voices. Thank you. This fire, massive. At least 62 people were hurt here, 32 of them taken to 5 Bronx hospitals. And News 4's Adam Harding live at St. Barnabas Hospital in the Belmont section of the Bronx. Adam, you spoke to someone there who helped save one of his neighbors.
And Gilma, he was one of the many taken here to 5 area hospitals. St. Barnabas is where he was taken. As he was running down the stairs, he said he scooped up a 3-year-old little girl. Her mother was desperate for help as the fire was spreading quickly through this building. As you mentioned, several hospitals throughout the city here in the Bronx now receiving patients because of just how many there were here at St. Barnabas. What we know tonight is 20 patients were brought here. 9 of them were taken here. They did not survive. 2 of the 9 who did not survive were children, 7 likely to be transferred. As you mentioned, within the last 45 minutes or so, we spoke with one of the victims who was living on the 16th floor of that building. He said he awoke to smoke in that apartment building. He went out in the hallway, noticed all of the smoke, then started running down from the 16th floor to get himself to safety. When he hit the 13th floor, that's what he says he saw a mother and her 2 young children who were desperate for help. So he picked up a 3-year-old little girl and ran her downstairs as this fire was spreading, put her in an ambulance. Tonight we know she is okay. He reunited with the family a short time ago and spoke with us within the hour.
So I was forcing myself to go downstairs and 13th floor. I saw a mom and her 2 kids, they were struggling. So she asked me for help, then I hold one of her kids and ran down. So luckily all the kids were fine. So
you carried a kid down?
Yes, we
from
just
the 13th floor.
Yes, I just met the mom like 1 hour ago. So all her kid was fine. As soon as I got down, the kid was cold. She didn't have enough clothes. So I took off my jacket and I wrapped up my jacket. And I went to an ambulance for her to come see if she's okay. I was just sitting down and shaking, like people just going through, they couldn't breathe. They're performing CPR, cardiac arrest, like I never seen something like it. So I was just shaking the whole time. I was just trying to do the right thing, you know. I know at this time everybody was struggling, a lot of people lost their lives, so I was just trying to do the help thing.
Gilma, it was so frantic. That man tells me that he put the child in the ambulance before the mother could even get out of that burning building. That's how frantic the scene was. Again, reuniting with that family at St. Barnabas behind us. Again, officials here at the hospital saying that they were receiving 20 patients at St. Barnabas. 9 of them have died, including 2 children. A tragic update. The remaining 7 will likely be transferred at some point. We understand that they were intubated, likely to be taken to Westchester. And again, St. Barnabas, just one of 5 hospitals that the victims were taken to in the aftermath of this deadly fire. We're live tonight in the Belmont section of the Bronx. I'm Adam Harding, News 4, New York.
Adam, and the heroic actions of firefighters and residents coming to light. Thank you. So many of the survivors lost their homes or were separated from their friends and families, many of them taken to the Angelo Patri School. And News 4's Ida Siegal spoke to some of those survivors. Ida, they're sharing incredible stories of what it took to escape with you.
Yeah, they are indeed, Gilma. It was an incredible night for them, is one way to put it. The middle school where we are is actually right next door to the fire building. And take a look behind me here. You can see there are plenty of folks who are still taking shelter here at the school. These are people who have not slept, but they know they are lucky to be alive. They are devastated knowing that so many of their neighbors are dead tonight. The grief was almost too overwhelming to put into words. Stefan Besguani and his family barely escaped the fire with their lives, and now they've learned some of their children's friends, who they used to walk to school in the morning with, have been killed.
Tomorrow is a school day. They're going to ask me what they are friends. They're going to ask me tomorrow what they are friends. Because then go together, then come back together. What I'm going to tell them tomorrow. Stefan lives on the 4th floor, just one above the fire floor. I open the front door to look in the hallways. Oh, the smoke, I cannot even see what I'm going, so I have to close the door back. When I close the door back, I went to her, I said, let's go, we gotta get up, we gotta get up. I said, the fires. He is one of countless victims walking away with his life today and not much else. The survivors are staying at the middle school next door, comforting each other, recounting the trauma they all just experienced.
The FDNY rescue people, bring people out, resuscitate people, doing CPR, everything. It was just, it was real crazy, real sad and crazy.
While we was going down, there was a dog that it was dead. I see kids crying for help, and at that point, we couldn't do anything. Delaney Rodriguez lives on the 12th floor. She and her family and her neighbor stayed in their apartments for a while before they decided it was time to leave. And we closed the house. We put wet towels in my bedroom, which was the only place that we was there safe. It took us, to be honest, like an hour. It got to the point that at the last minute we couldn't breathe. And the people were in all the window crying for help, help, help. No fire escape.
Yeah, there's another angle of that building that does not have fire escapes. It's run by the Community Housing Improvement Program. They released a statement today saying that their hearts are with all of the fire victims and they will do everything they can to help. They're also going to be working with local leaders and elected officials to make sure this kind of devastating, deadly fire does not happen again. By the way, one more note, they are accepting donations here at the middle school. Again, that's MS 391. We've already seen folks bring by diapers and pizza. Lots of people here who will need lots of help in the coming days and weeks. Reporting live from the Fordham Heights section of the Bronx, Ida Siegal, News 4, New York.
Ida, thank you, and we can count on the community to provide that help. This fire will go down as one of the deadliest fires in New York City history. It's only about 10 minutes away from the location of the Happy Land fire, where 87 people died inside a nightclub in 1990, the work of an arsonist. It's also about 10 minutes away from the scene of an apartment fire in the Bronx, where 12 people died in 2017. And in this fire, investigators say the door to the apartment where the flames started was left open. The deadliest fire remains the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, where 146 people died in 1911, most of them young women. Workers were locked behind factory doors to prevent them from taking too many breaks. And tonight, this horrible fire, a huge reminder to keep doors closed during a fire because it can save lives. Closing the door behind you can prevent smoke and flames from spreading. In 2018, New York City's Department of Housing Preservation and Development added fire doors to its mandatory inspection checklist. That means an inspector has to check to see if an apartment door automatically closes and issue a violation if it does not.
That was an important step for us to show that this is an issue that we want to look for on every inspection.
And fire officials say all apartment doors are supposed to be self-closing in New York City. And one more reminder, if you live in a fireproof building and the fire is not in your unit, it's normally safer to stay inside of that unit unless firefighters tell you otherwise. We'll keep following this deadly high-rise inferno throughout the show and bring you any new information as soon as we get it. You can also get instant updates by downloading the NBC News 4 New York app.